Welcome guys, today I have for you a Royal Master model TG12X4 high accuracy cylindrical grinder. This machine is wired for 220 volts and we'll just get right into it. Explaining a couple cool features on this machine. For first, the obvious, it does have the feeder up front. And we also have our two servo motors, one to the side and one in the back. This one drives our head in and out. And then the one I'll show you very shortly is running our regulating wheel. This machine does have our touchscreen PLC, which I'll get into in just a moment. With that being said, let's go on over to the back and show you the servo drive that I was mentioning before that runs our regulating wheel, along with the pusher that runs with the feeder over there. And then this back here is everything set up for the air. Simply just put in your air line and you're good to go. Below that, you will see an automatic lubricator. And that basically wraps it all up on this back end. Up top over here, you will see that we do have our two dressers. I don't have the hydraulics on right now, but I will show you them working very shortly. Then off to the left-hand side, you do have the electrical cabinet, along with a coolant tank that does have a conveyor, so you could go ahead and put your paper in there. With all that being said, let's get into our dressers. Well, first, let me go over our main menu. You'll be greeted with this after you start up your machine, and you can see we have a handful of options. So, start off, we have our in-feed grinding, which we'll get back to. Then you have your settings for your work wheel dress. You have exit if you want to exit your program. Then you have the in-feed setups, through-feed grinding, our feeding system, diagnostics will tell you all your errors, through feed setup, and lastly the in-feed parameters. Every time you exit, it's going to ask you if you want to save. I didn't change anything, so I'm not saving. With all that being said, let's show this machine under some power. Start off with our hydraulics. I will demonstrate our dressers. They're powered by these two levers right here. You pull them in, they will pull out. And then you go the opposite direction and then they will retract. This is going to be our speed knobs for our dressers, if you want them to go faster or slower. One knob is for the back side, the other knob's for the front side. So we'll see that go a little bit quicker. Be sure that the air is on, as I have it right there. And to go ahead and start our cycle, you'll need to start our spindle, which goes ahead and turns on our wheels. As you can see, pretty nice sounding. And then from there, you can choose your option on doing manual or automatic. For this purpose, we'll just do automatic so we can see our machine in action. So in just a moment, you'll see that our pusher just pushed out our theoretical piece, and then the feeder went ahead and fed in a new part theoretically. You can change the RPMs of the wheels. There's a whole lot of different changes that you can do to the machine. I will make the regulating wheel just go a little bit quicker. Nothing too crazy. But this machine does have a lot you can do. If you wanted to not have the feeder or anything, you could turn that off with all the touch screens. You go on over, to the feeder setup and go ahead and play around with whatever settings you want. Or you could change the in-feed parameters depending on whatever it is that you're grinding. I'm not sure what it is, so that's entirely up to you. Right below, you will see that we do have a couple other features that I forgot to mention. The e-stop, the retract button, and our control panel button. So when you turn on the machine initially for the day, you'll need to press the reset button that's right underneath here. And that will send power to the whole machine. But it will not turn that on until we just go ahead and flip our green little switch to the right hand side. Retract button is more or less whenever you're done done with your grinding, you can go ahead, press retract, brings everything back and basically to a halt. And then emergency stop is for emergencies. Just let this run out just a little bit more. And let me go ahead and show you the through feed grind. Well, I mean, that's not really much, but I just want to go ahead and show you the ram position. You can see how everything's moving. You can see our regulating wheel speed right there. We're at 56. Go ahead, you could tap it down to whatever the speed you want it at. You got your coolant controls right over here. Turn that off. That basically turns on actuators on this machine to open up different valves and stuff like that. So that's going to basically wrap up the machine. So I will go ahead and press our e-stop. Go ahead and show you just a couple more faults before I let you go. Pressing the e-stop will turn off a couple of parameters. So if I went ahead and just took the e-stop out, I can acknowledge our error. Needs 1 second. Need to turn everything on. So it will take a second. It will say communication has been lost. You just wait for that to boot back up. And in just a second, I could, just like that, go ahead and, excuse me, acknowledge my errors. And now I'm back to going to grind. Just like that. That basically wraps up this machine. Again, this will be the Royal Master TG12X4 high accuracy cylindrical grinder, wired for 220 volts. Thank you.